Hello and welcome to the viewers of this video. This is the Orange Fan here, bringing you another entry for the franchise discussion category. This video will be dedicated to the recap and thoughts for issue 12 of the Young Justice tie-in comics, The Pendulum. We begin this issue at Gotham City on August 27th, where 5 of the 6 Young Justice team members are in the sewers looking for Clayface. Aqualad is thinking about Tula until Miss Martian snaps him out of his thoughts to check and see if the psychic link has been established. And Aqualad confirms that yes, the psychic link has been established. He then thinks to himself about how this all started. So we flash back to the previous day, August 26th, and we're at Mount Justice now. 4 of the Young Justice team members are at Mount Justice right now, and then they receive a message from Batman and Robin. Batman informs the 4 members of the Young Justice team to use the Zeta Beam technology to head to Gotham City, meet up with Robin, and so that the 5 of them can track but not fight Clayface until Batman can figure out a solution to stop Clayface. He also mentions that there's no time to wait for Artemis to join them. And afterwards, Robin is thinking to himself about how this all started. So we flash back to earlier that same day, and we're at Gotham City. Batman and Robin, in their civilian identities, and Lucius Fox are examining a canister with no return address that was sent to the Wayne Foundation office. According to Lucius Fox, the scanners indicate that the canister is simply filled with mud or clay. No seemingly dangerous substance is within the canister. Suddenly, Clayface emerges from the canister, but he's very confused about how he ended up in his current location. Batman and Robin are able to switch into their hero identities without anyone seeing them do so, and they try to battle Clayface, but Clayface is able to... Clayface isn't affected by whatever attacks that they send his way. Soon enough, the battle takes them to out on the streets, and Clayface eventually escapes into the sewers, but he questions himself about how this all happened. So we flash back yet again to the day before that, August 25th, and we're on Infinity Island now. And this is the scene where the previous issue ended. Clayface has emerged from the Lazarus Pit, and Talia al Ghul and Sensei see Clayface emerge from the Lazarus Pit. Talia refers to Clayface by his civilian name, Matt Hagen, and Ra's al Ghul and Ubu return to the room when they hear all the commotion, and they see Sensei trying to hold off Clayface, and Sensei fills Ra's al Ghul in on Clayface being Matt Hagen, and that Talia had played a role in Matt Hagen becoming Clayface. Due to the fact that the minor minions, or the soldiers of the League of Shadows, receive hypnotic failsafe commands as part of their training, Ra's al Ghul is able to use these hypnotic failsafe commands in order to get Clayface to fall asleep. And yeah, Clayface falls asleep. And Ra's al Ghul also instructs Sensei to send Clayface to Gotham City. More specifically, send Clayface to Batman as payback for the dynamic duo stopping his scheme from the previous issue. Talia points out that Ra's is acting rather petty, but Ra's dismisses this and instead questions Talia about how this happened. So we flash back yet again to a few months earlier. It's February 28th, and we're still on Infinity Island. Talia has gone to see her father because she wishes for her father's blessings because she and Matt Hagen would like to become a couple. Ra's al Ghul, though, is not too keen on this idea because he believes Matt Hagen to be beneath Talia, and he says that Sensei tells him that Matt is not a very good shadow. But Talia responds that Matt Hagen actually sees her as Talia, not Talia al Ghul. So Ra's al Ghul begrudgingly gives his blessings, but he also adds that shadows are shallow by their nature. So Talia goes off to a different part of the island, and Matt Hagen is waiting for her. Talia informs Matt about how Ra's al Ghul has given them his blessings, but Matt says he would be excited if it weren't for the fact that he has terminal cancer, but he says that he knows about the Lazarus pits, and he figures that Talia would be able to get him access to one of the Lazarus pits so that he can be cured of his cancer. Talia responds, though, that Ra's al Ghul has made it so that only he is allowed to use the Lazarus pits. He won't make an exception even for family due to some kind of incident that happened with Talia's mother. But Matt Hagen responds that Talia could probably sneak him to one of the Lazarus pits without anyone knowing what's going on because she is Talia al Ghul. And Talia notably is not pleased when she hears this, but she agrees to take Matt Hagen to the Lazarus pit that's on Infinity Island. So they go to the chamber where the Lazarus pit is, and Talia instructs Matt Hagen to fully submerge himself within the Lazarus pit. He does so, and Talia closes the lid of the Lazarus pit, and then she locks the lid. So she's trapped Matt Hagen within the Lazarus pit. And as she's leaving the chamber, Sensei walks in, and he wants to question Talia about what just happened, but Talia responds that Sensei shouldn't question her actions. But she thinks to herself, how did this all happen? So we flash back yet again. This time, it's the August 27th of the previous year, the year before the year that Season 1 is set in, and we're in Gotham City for this particular flashback. Batman and Talia al Ghul have met near the Bat Signal, but Batman says that that he and Talia can't become a couple as long as Talia continues to help Ra's al Ghul with his schemes. Talia says, though, that she doesn't want to choose between her father and the person that she has feelings for, but Batman says that he doesn't view it as a choice, and he walks away. So now we're back in the present day. It's the August 27th of the year that Season 1 takes place in, and we're back in Gotham City. So we're back where the issue started, with 5 of the 6 Young Justice team members in the sewers looking for Clayface. But the issue ends with Clayface surprise attacking the 5 Young Justice team members present. So there you go. I guess one could say that this issue could also be seen as the flashback issue because there's so many flashbacks. A flashback within a flashback within a flashback, etc., etc. But they do provide us with some background information about what's going on in the Earth-16 universe, or some history within the Earth-16 universe, and that's pretty helpful, especially because I mentioned this in the recap and thoughts for the previous issue, Part 1, and I did mention in the video for that issue that Talia al Ghul, so far, as of the recording of this video, hasn't appeared in the TV series itself. So she hasn't appeared in season 1 and she hasn't appeared in season 2. Now, like I said before, maybe she'll appear in season 3. I'm not sure yet. We just have to be patient and see how season 3 unfolds. But in any case, it was nice to receive some more information about Talia al Ghul, because we otherwise don't have too much, we don't know too much about the character in this adaptation as of the recording of this video. So we do confirm as well that Clayface in this universe, the Earth 16 universe, Clayface is Matt Hagen. And Matt Hagen was one of the, individuals who took up the mantle of Clayface. I believe Basil Karlo was actually the first Clayface in the main DC comics. I believe Matt Hagen was the second one. So in this adaptation, Matt Hagen is the only Clayface, at least so far anyway. Who knows if that'll change in season 3 or not. And we do have an explanation for how Clayface became Clayface. Him being trapped in the Lazarus Pit from February all the way to August. That apparently did the trick. And otherwise, we do find out how he ends up in Gotham City. Ra's al Ghul sent him there as petty payback for Batman and Robin stopping his previous scheme, or the scheme that happened in the previous issue. So once again, that helps to tie this three-parter together. Like I did say, this three-parter, or I guess you could say that this three-parter is mostly about how, is about Clayface's origins. Like, we see Clayface at the end of the previous issue, and this issue goes into detail about how Clayface ended up the way he did, and how he ended up in Gotham City. So right now, that leaves part 3 left. So part 3 will lead up to the event that started the episode Downtime, the 8th episode of the TV series. And otherwise, the other notable detail about this issue is that Artemis does not appear in this issue. It's brought up near the beginning of the issue. Some of the team members want to wait for Artemis before they begin this mission, but this mission to track Clayface, but Batman says there's no time to wait. They have to track but not fight Clayface until Batman can figure out a solution to stop Clayface. So, yes, the next issue, part 3, will clarify what happened with Artemis, why Artemis didn't join them at first for this particular mission. And this does tie into what happened at the end of the previous issue when Green Arrow mentioned that they would like to place Artemis under arrest. So rest assured that will be made clear in the next issue, part 3. So otherwise, I believe we've covered the essentials for part 2 of this 3-part story from the tie-in comics. And naturally, of course, we'll discuss the details for the part 3, the next issue, will be discussed in the recap and thoughts video dedicated to this 3-part story. So there we go for now. As of this video, we've now discussed issue 12 of the Young Justice